Okay, I'm taking a quick video of the arcade. I'm going to zoom in first on the cabinet itself. You can see that there's some scratches for its age on the side of the cabinets, on the front. And then looking at the moldings, you can tell that there's some kinks in it, some surface scratches, but nothing that's really too serious. Obviously it's from the legs at the bottom. The top seems to be okay. And then the screen, you can tell there's a little bit of screen burning when it's off. But when I turn it on in a few seconds here, you'll see that you really don't notice it at all. The controls are new. The actual joystick and the buttons are all new. Every single one of them. Actually the nameplates are original. They didn't need to be changed. The key for the cabinets in there, it is set to free play. Years ago I tried to set it to coin play and it worked fine. I obviously never needed to enable that, so I set it to free play. So we'll go ahead and turn it on. Okay, the lights work at the top. Actually, I put in fluorescent light bulbs so it wouldn't drain too much power and it wouldn't get too hot in there. So as it boots up, you'll notice that the burn-in isn't as noticeable as older units. And I thought this was fine for gameplay. So right now it's connected to Street Fighter 2 Alpha. And I haven't connected the other Street Fighter game board in years. And honestly it wasn't as fun, but I left it in the cabinet. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate that the buttons all work. I'm hitting 2-player. I'll go ahead and hit Ken. Sorry, I had hit the 1-player so I can get it set up for actually one-on-one. Alright. So if you're familiar with Street Fighter, there's a certain amount of combinations that work here. I clearly can't do it with one hand, so I'm just going to do the individual buttons. For the left player, up works, down, lower left, lower right, forward, back, upper right, upper left. Jab, medium punch, heavy punch, light kick, medium kick, heavy kick. And for the other side, up, down, lower left, lower right, upper left, upper right, light punch, a medium punch, heavy punch, light kick, heavy kick, medium kick, heavy kick. So I will try to attempt this with one hand. So you start doing the combos. Whoops, can't do it. This is really difficult to do. Oh, there you go. That's the other one. And then I'll do the flying kick. Oops. There you go. Got it with one hand. So there you go. Everything's working. Screen looks good. Let me try to help you look at the back cabinet here. I'm just gonna go ahead and rotate this. So in the back of the cabinet, you can access the boards. Actually, I'll twist this some more so you can see some light in there once I open it. Clearly the back has scratches, but no one's really going to see that per se. Basically, I'm unlatching this little plate. I'm going to lift out this panel. All right, so this is the back of the cabinet. Monitor set up here. This is the old game board. I believe this was Street Fighter 2 Turbo, I believe. I had it on the listing. And then I had connections to it. Then this is the... Now, it's been years since I connected this, so I'd have to Google and remember how to do all those connections again, but it does work. I just played it one time, and I wasn't as interested because Street Fighter 2 was much more interesting, which is this board. It's a newer board, and all the connections are in the back here. They're already set, obviously, because we played it. There are controls on the bottom that help to adjust volume if it's too light or too loud for you. Obviously the coin operation back here, and then there's like a little storage down there. I don't know what you would put down there, but the door opens from the front. And then down here is the power supply for the cabinet. And here we have the old parts from the controllers. Obviously you can tell I've gotten the new controls from X-Arcade. They've been working excellent since I've installed them, which was a few years ago, and I turn this on probably a couple times a year when kids come over or my buddies come over. Then there's actually an original board in this bubble wrap. When I acquired it, it came with the original board. I clearly had no interest in trying it out. I was more interested in the Alpha, Street Fighter 2 Alpha board, which was more fun. So theoretically, I believe this is the original board, just that I never tested it. So clearly I don't need it. You can tell, if you can see, it says Capcom in there. I don't want to take it out of the bubble wrap, but it should be the original board. Here we go. Street Fighter. I can't really read it from this angle. I'd have to take it out, and I don't want to drop my phone. Okay, but it is a Street Fighter board. I believe it's the original one. Haven't tested it, cannot comment on it, but it's with the cabinet. It's with the whole arcade. I took off the bottom mounts for the cabinet because I don't want to scratch on my floor, and I put the felt pads under it so I can slide it on my wood floor and not scratch it. And then clearly the old incandescent bulbs I put into this fluorescent bulb case when I replaced it. So I just put extra parts in the cabinet just so that I can keep it all in one place. But you can tell there's plenty of room in here, plenty of ventilation. Really, there's no issues at all. All the connections to the controls are solid. And that's it. That's my tour of the arcade unit. To put the panel back on, you just slide it back into the groove and just slide this down and we're good to go. I'll just slide it on my floor again so I can turn it. And there you go. There you have it. It's the two stools come with it. So it's really man cave ready. This is what I bought it for. Hopefully you like it.